you guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test. Test.
Test.
Test. Test.
And welcome back to segment number 3 of Convincing Idiots. I'm Millennial Nick alongside Gen X Brian and Floor Cookie Zennial Dean. And for our third and final segment, gentlemen, we are seeking your ears, we are seeking your attention, and most of all, we are seeking revenge. In our third and final segment, we're going to be discussing some of our favorite revenge-themed films. I got to tell you guys, I learned something about myself this week when I did my list. This is the quickest, fastest, easiest list I've ever come up with. And I realized that a lot of my favorite movies are kind of on this list. And I didn't realize what this weird cinematic kink I had for revenge movies was. But apparently... a lot of, I mean, literally, they roll. I was like, all these movies that I like are I find are tied into a revenge story arc. So I don't know if you guys felt the same or not, but
Yep.
Let's see here. Brian, why don't you give us a start?
Still, I haven't watched them in a little while, but it's really equal. 2 parts. It's really one long movie. They made it into 2 parts because it was it's just too long to have it one sitting in the theater. One of my favorites of all time, the great Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill 1 and 2. Uma Thurman, God, just these movies here, watching them for the first time, and even now going back and watch it, but especially that first time, it hits you right in the jaw, right in the first few seconds of that film, when she pulls up to that house and just kicks it and just start fighting immediately. It's like, man.
For the first time, like in the last couple of years.
Oh, really? God, so good.
It's one of those. It was like, why did I not watch this?
I've never seen them. I mean,
dude,
obviously know what they are, but that's what I hear.
No, we could have a separate movie night and we could just watch those here, guys. I mean, I would love that. Double feature that's a long evening. I hope double feature be about 4 hours, 3-4 hours, something like that ish. But man, so good. The fighting is just absolutely incredible, and the whole arc is just amazing. I mean, what she had to go through and endure to finally, ultimately go after her revenge. So just phenomenal. Beautiful filmmaking, beautiful fighting, shot great, acted great, soundtrack, the whole bit. It's Quentin Tarantino movie making at its finest. Really is, those movies.
Absolutely.
In my opinion. So
very cool.
Yeah, give me that all day long. Dean, what do you got on your list?
Okay. Let's see. I don't even know where I want to start. Actually, I want to start old school. I want to start Death Wish, 1974.
Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson. He was like, to me, growing up as a kid, like. He was like with that mustache and the gruff exterior and the voice. I mean, he was a badass. And I think the majority of his movies probably are about revenge anyways. But Death Wish, they come in and they murder his wife, rape his daughter. And he was, it starts out, he's a pacifist. Jesus Christ. Easy for me to say.
A pacifist.
Pachycephalosaurus.
Correct.
And it was dinosaurs that didn't fight. And he was a pacifist in the beginning of the movie. Come kill his daughter, wife, rape his daughter, and he just goes off the deep end and realizes that he has to find who did this and seek revenge. So Charles Bronson in Death Wish, 1974.
Nice. Yeah, scary man.
Very scary.
Yeah.
Right. I do want to say that I'm about to try this new beer that I found it in my fridge in between breaks. Michelob Ultra Infusions, lime and prickly pear cactus.
Yes. Very nice.
I imagine it's going to be delicious.
What is the prickly pear cactus? Is cactus just there for effect? What does the cactus taste?
I don't know. We're going to find out real quick. Hold on.
With the manliest beers you can buy, ladies and gentlemen. Yep.
Okay.
It's a wine cooler, isn't it?
No, it's a beer with lime.
Okay.
I can't really tell the pear cactus shit, but it's a beer with lime. If you like that shit. But
Okay.
Whatever.
Nice summertime.
So he
drink.
likes it. That's a ringing endorsement. It's a beer with lime if you like that shit.
Yeah.
I'll drink it. They should put you on the commercial. I'll drink it.
I like it.
It's
pay
fine.
me.
Yeah.
I need the money. All right.
It's a solid light beer.
I'll pretend to like it more if you pay me.
Right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, we will be happy, Michelob Ultra, to endorse your products.
Yeah. Consider this his
Idiot
official
podcast.
application.
I will only drink Michelob Ultra prickly pear shit.
Yep.
If they pay me.
Yep. And we will create a read, and we will be happy to change it up once every 4 years.
In 4 years.
Not before. Not before.
Mm-mm.
No. Nope. That's extra charge.
That's right.
If we do change it, is it going to be that much better? No. Not really.
No.
No.
Just
Maybe
we're going to
worse.
rearrange some words.
Yes,
Right.
maybe slightly worse.
Slightly worse.
Slightly worse? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right.
Just
All right.
slightly. Just slightly.
I'll take slightly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not like it's bad.
Yep.
It's just
Just
slightly
slightly
worse than
It'll
the
be slightly
previous
worse than the
incarnation
No,
of
just
it.
slightly worse.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
We're consistently average.
It's the nicest thing Brian's ever said to me, so
Yep.
I'll take it.
Nick, what makes your list? Revenge movies.
Let's see. I'm going to start off with this one's probably, like I said, there's a lot of my favorites, but this one goes way back, and I've brought up on many other previous lists. The Crow, 1996. The Crow,
The original.
Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
He and his fiance are killed in their loft apartment, and on the eve before Halloween, and he is brought back by a crow. His spirit is brought back. He rises from the grave, and he one by one picks off the criminals that raped and murdered his fiance and killed him as well. Just a great movie, great action movie. I just watched it this past Halloween. I just wanted to watch it again. I try to watch it just about every year, but I'd missed the last couple. God, it still holds up so well. I think that too. They just remade The Crow. They did and it did horrible at the box office. And
Yeah,
I honestly, I watched
Skarsgård.
the trailer and I first of all, I had no appetite for a remake of it, and that's part of why I went back to watch it this past year, because I'm like, it's been a few years, but I love this movie. Let's try to watch it again just through today's lens and be like, it doesn't need to be redone. It's so fucking good. It's
Right.
still good. Yes, some of the effects are from 1996, but it's such a well done movie. But I love The Crow. It's so, I think that's what I'm looking for in a revenge movie. And a lot of times it's so satisfying every step of the way. Yeah. He's basically going off and murdering these criminals one by one who totally deserve it. And there's nothing they can do. They can't kill him. He's already dead. There's no, you know what I mean? It's such a satisfying, 2-hour journey of just getting redemption.
Is there more badass scene than when he comes in and with that baseball bat and beat up all of the NWO? It was awesome.
He came down from the rafters like that.
Yeah,
That was very cool. Yeah.
It was a thing of beauty, I tell you.
Mhm.
Thing of beauty.
Yeah, true. It was such a badass movie that one of WCW's all-time most popular wrestlers changed his image to look like this character.
Right.
Straight up
And pretty
stole it.
yeah.
Stole it. Ripped it off 1,000%.
But just a trademark the face makeup.
Yeah. So
I didn't know you could trademark face makeup, but
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But The Crow is on my list. That's an easy one.
Gen X Brian here from the Convincing Idiots podcast. If you're enjoying our show, tell a friend. And if you're not, well, tell 2 enemies.
Very good. Well, again, this is another satisfying series. And I remember hearing about it for the first time, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't understand this actor playing in this type of role. Keanu Reeves playing a badass. It didn't make any sense to me, but man, John Wick, that first one, all of them are good. There's like 4 or 5 of them. I watched them all. They're all very good, but the first one definitely set the tone. Yeah, they come in, they break into his house, they steal his car, they kill his puppy, and that's just, yeah, and he just sets off on revenge, and Keanu Reeves just, that whole stoic appearance in that black suit, just kicking at, man, have you not seen it?
I've never seen
not.
it.
I've
No.
never seen one of them.
Oh my god!
But
dude.
again, I hear how incredible they are.
You have
Everybody
to.
loves
I've seen
them. Yeah.
clips of like the fight scenes that I want to see. It's just one of those that, I just never got around to it.
And I will
Yeah.
say, Keanu Reeves, people make quips about him as an actor or whatever. He perhaps, as if not better than, at least as good as anyone, picks the best movies to be in.
Yep.
I'm not saying he's a world beater as an actor or dramatic, but like he picks cool ass movies to be in time and again. Like his repertoire is just, he picks cool movies. And so like he's just to the point to where I'd watch him in just about anything. Just because his taste in roles is I like is very good.
If you're looking for a movie this weekend, watch the first John Wick. He's like an ex-assassin, a killer. He's trying to live a normal life, and they bring him back in because they break into his by happenstance. They break into his house, they piss him off, and he's like, "Nope, you're all going to pay for this," and just mows through people. Yeah, just sit down and relax and check out John Wick. And I defy you if you don't watch at least another 1 or 2 in the same within the next day or 2. You'll be so into the storyline.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, there is always been rumors over the past couple of years that they're trying to get him into a Star Wars movie.
Interesting.
Keanu Reeves. So I don't know, how true that is or where it would ever go, but I've heard those rumors.
Love it.
So
Be a great Jedi. Yep.
All right.
What was it that he turned? Sorry, this is a quick aside. What was it? Was it Marvel? He turned down something because there's always that meme going around that's like, never forget. Keanu turned down this huge paycheck from, it was like Marvel or whatever, but he accepted to be like in the SpongeBob movie or whatever. Like, how awesome like that was that he, and I'm a big fan of the Duke Kaboom character, Canada's greatest stuntman in the Toy Story 4 film as well. Keanu Reeves.
There are rumors that maybe there's still something there, maybe an X-Men world or something. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see if they can.
Yeah, put them in all of it. Put them in all.
Why not? Sure.
All right. This is that's actually growing on me. So
it's those beers are. It's a nice, mowing the lawn, hanging out type beer. Yeah.
All right. My next one, in the year 2000, the world was blessed.
In the year 2000.
In the year 2000, we were blessed with the Oscar award-winning Gladiator.
Yeah.
They kill his son and his wife, and they put him into slavery. He was an actual general. And then the coup happened where the evil son takes over the king or Caesar or whatever they call him, and throws Maximus in jail. Maximus fights through the gladiator arena, I guess, and ultimately gets his revenge at the end of the movie, but at the cost of his own life also. But I don't know about you guys. My floor was on the floor. I loved that movie when it came out. Now it's cool. I'll watch it. It doesn't hit the way it did, but when it came out in 2000, man, I was all over it. That was badass.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I love Russell Crowe. I love Joaquin Phoenix. Like it's fucking phenomenal. Like on both parts, and that is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, just like they said in Airplane, who doesn't love a good Gladiator movie, right?
Right.
So
that's right.
Gladiator 2000. Nikolai, what you got?
Yeah, my next one is I'm gonna go with Law Abiding Citizen.
Okay.
That was Gerard Butler and Jamie Foxx. This one kind of so the revenge arc is there and gone quickly at the beginning of the movie. The movie starts out similar to guys break in and kill and murder he's got 2 young kids and a wife, and it's horrible first like 5-10 minutes of that movie. And then the following 10 minutes of that movie are incredible because it leads into Gerard Butler seeking revenge, and all he does is think about this and plan and plan. And I talked about The Crow and how it is a prolonged feeling of satisfaction. This is more on the sadistic side, but it is very rewarding. He captures the guy that did this. He takes him to a remote warehouse. He ties him up and slowly, basically dissects him. But he did his research. He feeds him drugs. He gives him adrenaline so that he can't go to sleep during this. He pries his eyes open with a mirror so that he has to watch what's happening to him, and he feels everything. It's well done, like to a T. It's, not to get too graphic here, but if someone wronged your most loved people in this world in such a despicable, horrible, unthinkable way, that is what I would want to live out, because there's nothing that's ever really going to make you feel better about it, but at least I'm going to inflict more pain than what a human body should even be able to withstand on you, and you're going to feel everything, you're going to know everything, you're going to see everything, and you're going to die. Like, I'm going to kill you, but it's going to be the most agonizing end of your life in this mortal coil ever. It's fucking phenomenal. Have you guys seen the movie? Have you seen?
No, I've not.
Really? Okay. But the movie, so that's like shit. It's not even ruin anything, but that's the beginning. All this takes place in the first 20 to 30 minutes.
Wow.
The rest of the movie, Jamie Foxx is his lawyer, Gerard Butler's lawyer, and they're going through the legal process of trying to defend what he did or different cases to plead. And essentially, Gerard Butler, after he's already taken care of his business, he's just kind of spiraling further into, he doesn't really give a fuck. He doesn't care to be free. He doesn't care. Like, his family is dead and gone, and they've been tortured, and it's terrible. But he lived out this thing, and he's just gone full kind of anarchist at this point. It's a great movie. Okay. I think it won awards the year it came out. But like I said, Gerard Butler, Jamie Foxx, both incredible actors. It's really well done. But yeah, the revenge part of that story takes place within the first 30 minutes of it, and it's really, really well done. So yeah, Law-Abiding Citizen. Good revenge there.
All right,
very good. My next one, the great Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, so as a young boy, watches his parents killed, village razed, burnt to the ground. He's enslaved, and he's put on this big wheel and just pushing this, and just waiting.
All of his adolescence, just working up to revenge, just everything, grinding every day,
just pushing this huge wheel for years and years and years, and until he finally gets an opportunity to try to avenge his family. Conan the Barbarian. Right? Very good. So, just fantastic. But that movie was on cable when I was a kid. It was one of those like movie channel type movies, so we had limited options and everything like that. But man, every time that movie came on, I watched it. So good.
Yeah.
And Arnold could actually, he really did learn how to swing a sword and everything like that. So the visuals and everything were just phenomenal. It was a very satisfying revenge movie. So,
and he talks a lot about that and like being authentic because he's like, these comic book nerds were like serious about like, like he felt an obligation to these people that were a fan of this, that he was not familiar with it, but he felt this, this obligation to do justice to the role and learn how to really play the character, wield the sword and take classes on all that. So yeah, it was a cool movie.
And the villain, we mentioned this on prior episodes, James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones was a fantastic villain in this. He was like the snake cult leader. Just a terrific bad guy back then, man. Awesome.
And James Earl Jones has played some, obviously, or as another iconic villain. But is there any more notorious villain that James Earl Jones has ever put forth than his bangs in that movie?
Yeah, those were solid bangs. Yeah, that wig was
bangs were
that wig was a solid 10.
Yeah, I put Zooey Deschanel to shame.
Like the high bangs.
Fuck,
the helmet,
real crap.
The snake, the two snake helmet.
Yep. Yeah. Aggressive.
I think Nick should go as that for Halloween. I'd like to see that, Nick.
Yeah. Love it.
All right. Well, in the middle of my list here from 1993, anytime I can put this movie on a list, it's my favorite movie in the history of film. It is Tombstone.
Yeah, on my list too, Dean.
Gets his brother, his brother's killed, the one paralyzed, and he just goes on one of the most epic revenge tours possible. And the most fun about it is it's a true story. I mean, they had to work timelines and stuff, but the idea that Wyatt Earp actually went on this revenge tour after his brother was killed, killing all of these cowboys. It does something a little extra for the story, I believe. And it's one of my favorite movies ever. Probably my favorite. Tombstone, 1993.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It hits all these different. Like, it's a good dude movie. It's a good guy movie, but it's also a really well done movie. The good acting, good storytelling, a lot of great actors. Sam Elliott and Val Kilmer. Kurt Russell. Shit, it checks so many boxes.
Absolutely.
And it's not even just a guy. It's easy to be like, oh, it's a guy movie, it's a cowboy movie, it's all these great guy actors and people but it's a great movie, and it's not just for guys. People across the board like it, and it's really well done. And we mentioned it on different. Brian called it out, and that the moment when Val Kilmer is dying, and that moment between him and Kurt Russell, and it's just really. I don't know what else to say. It's really well done. It checks a lot of boxes.
When Kurt Russell lets Ike Clanton go at the train station and screaming at him that you tell him I'm coming. You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me.
I all the way back to the Bible verse at the beginning of not the Bible verse, the preacher telling him about death coming at the very beginning of the movie. Tie it all together.
Oh my! I'm gonna actually probably watch it this weekend. I own it, so I should get it. I think I have the DVD, so I need to upgrade it to a Blu-ray or something like that. So.
The spur on Ike's face. He cuts his mouth open. Yeah,
it's funny. The Billy Bob Thornton scene. Billy Bob Thornton is fucking fantastic.
Billy Bob Thornton in the background. It's wild.
Top 3 mustache movie of all time as well.
Top 3.
Top 3 mustache movie.
Maybe top 2.
Yeah.
Every mustache, not every, most mustache, pretty solid.
Okay, we don't have to do a whole list. Let's just do a little right now. What if it's number 2? What's number 1 mustache movie?
Smokey the Bandit. I don't know.
Smokey the Bandit had a lot of mustaches, but Tombstone had glorious mustaches.
That is true. Maybe that's number 1.
I think it is the mustache movie.
I believe so.
I also have never seen Smokey the Bandit, but I would proclaim that it's the mustache.
That's acceptable. It
was mainly probably the 50s. How am I supposed to see it?
77, but
whatever.
That's a backyard movie.
Yeah, I like that.
For sure.
Same difference. 50s, 77, whatever. Okay.
All right, who's up?
That was Dean's pick. My next one, brought this one up on the show a couple weeks ago. One of my favorite Mark Wahlberg movies, Four Brothers. I know you guys have not seen it because I brought it up a couple weeks ago, but this whole movie is about revenge. It's about finding the killer of their mother. So, again, did this probably 2 to 3 weeks ago, but brief synopsis. Notable woman who lives in Detroit. She is loved in the community, and she is a commonly fosters children. Well, there were 4 that she kept that they were just too bad for anybody else to take, and she kept them as her own, and they were all from different backgrounds, and in this film they're all grown men. She is murdered in cold blood at the beginning of the movie, and each of her 4 boys that she ended up keeping go about taking to the streets and dealing with their connections and their lives that they've lived in the past, and try to find who did this to her. And that's got a good one too. I strongly encourage you both to watch that movie. It's just fun. It's a good fun movie. It's not gonna move you in some profound way or anything, but it is a good revenge, and it ends on a real good note. But yeah, they definitely get theirs in the end, not without losing things along the way. But Four Brothers is one of my favorites. I feel like it's a very underrated movie in general, but definitely a good one about revenge. So Four Brothers.
Yeah. Excellent. Another Quentin Tarantino movie, gentlemen. Another one of my favorites that he's done. Another one I haven't watched in a while. Makes me want to sit down and watch it. Django Unchained.
Django. That's the second time Jamie Foxx has shown up on a list this evening.
And Quentin Tarantino.
Appearance.
So.
Yeah, right.
Quentin Tarantino, Christoph Waltz, Jamie Foxx in this movie. I don't know a finer performance of Jamie Foxx. I mean, there's many, but man, just so good at this. Just
they had to. I read the little story that Samuel L. Jackson had to put Leonardo DiCaprio and just kind of put him in his place, and not in a bad way, because Leo was so uncomfortable saying the N-word so many times.
Yeah,
even once. And I guess
wish we could get the rest of the society to do that as well. That'd be great.
Right. Samuel L. Jackson had to go up to him and say, "Motherfucker, just say the words."
Yeah,
we're in a fucking movie.
Yeah, I credit to him too. That he was also solid villain. I know he made our top villain list. I think you're one of your top villain lists too. Yeah. But also gave us one of the most famous memes that's used with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
But no, just fantastic revenge movie. Just gunning everybody down. Just fantastic. So good. Very entertaining. Long movie, but again, just another one. Beautifully shot.
Yep.
Well acted. So many good performance. Just awesome.
My only complaint about it, and this is not really a complaint, is Christoph Waltz is so good at being a bad guy. The first time I watched it, I was expecting him to turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
You're watching going, I can see him just flipping around and him being a bad guy, which he wasn't.
Never did. Yep.
But yeah, that's my only complaint. Other than that, perfect movie. Love it.
Yeah, fantastic. Who's up there, Dean?
Since that was going to be my next one, I'm going to pull Memento in the 2000s.
Fresh goes better. Memento's freshness. Fresh goes better.
No, it's Memento. It is Christopher
Memento's fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the Fresh Maker.
The Fresh Maker. All right, go ahead. Sorry, we're done.
There you go. It was Christopher Nolan's first, I think his first writing and directing. Ritchie plays a guy who somebody comes in and kills his wife and beats him up. And what did you say?
You said a guy who I said is Richie.
A guy, Richie.
No, that's the name. A guy is his first name.
Yeah. Thank you for laughing, Brian. I appreciate you. Go ahead.
So, anyway,
Dean, are you jealous? Are you jealous? He laughs at my shitty jokes, but not yours.
He's never laughed at a joke of mine. So I can't even imagine what that would feel like. So I don't even.
It's elating. It is all consuming. It's wonderful.
Good.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Richie guy you're talking about.
Richie guy. guys come in, kill his wife, beat him up to where he has traumatic head injury, where he can't remember anything from that day on. So he knows, like, he has to tattoo himself, leave pictures, because when he wakes up, he's not going to remember what he's doing, and he's looking for the killer. So it's kind of a mystery even to himself every morning, and so it's him just trying to every day put the piece together and add another memento on his body, the tattoo or a picture letter. And it is also one of my favorite ways I've seen a movie be filmed, I guess you could say, because they start at the end and the beginning. They go back and forth, giving you a little bit from the end, and they work backwards to the middle, and that's where you like it climaxes at. Yeah, it to understand it, you have to watch it a couple times, honestly, but it is really cool. You are not getting up and walking out, because you miss something, you're going to be lost. So Memento, 2000, 2000.
I will say I love movies like that like they give you the story, and at the end you kind of go,
oh,
I get it, but I'd like to go back and rewatch it now.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, we spent one night, because my buddy Tim told me about this. You got to watch. So we sat there and watched it, and literally spent, I would honestly, I'm not exaggerating, 6 hours maybe just talking about it, trying to like dissect it and stuff. It's one of those movies where you want to watch it with a friend and then talk about it. Yeah, highly recommend that movie. Memento.
Thanks. Memento. Fresh goes better. All right.
Yes, that's right. Well, I had.
Well, you're gonna have to wait because you're not next. So
You're right.
Calm down.
I'm after you.
Next.
My apologies.
My next one, again, another one that shows up on a lot of lists for me, especially around Halloween time. I almost forgot about it, and then I really started thinking it in fact, is at its heart and soul and at its core about revenge. Pumpkinhead, 1988. Lance Henriksen is a small town
Pumpkinhead,
small town convenience shop owner, and his little boy gets run down on a dirt bike by some city folks and gets killed. And he goes and seeks this elderly woman in the woods to summon a demon from hell to, one by one, take revenge on them and kill them. But by making this pact, he is linked to the demon and so on and so forth, whatever, Pumpkinhead. Yeah, it is. I mean, it may be misplaced. I almost didn't put it on my list because I think the revenge, I mean, really, what happened to his son is an accident. So the whole thing is a little misplaced. He's in a moment of feeling like, you know, he has to do this, and now he's lost like the only thing in this world that's, you know, important to him that's left and whatever. So ultimately it was an accident by some teenage kids. Only one of the kids deserved to die. If you watch that movie, there's only one kid that's an absolute shithead that should die, and the rest of them are, you know, sympathetic and you know, hate that it happened in the first place. But nonetheless, Pumpkinhead is a story of revenge. So Pumpkinhead's on my list.
Excellent.
Yeah, Brian, now you can go.
Sorry about that.
By all means.
I did have Tombstone. Dean, I'm going to replace that with one of my honorable mentions. I'll move up a Gran Torino, the Clint Eastwood movie, one of his best movies ever.
I've never seen that. That's one about racism, right? Like
yes.
he's a racist, and
he's an old Korean War veteran. Living in a town and is staying in his old house. The neighborhood continues to change. It's becomes like a bit of a poor neighborhood. So gangs move in. So he's maintained. You know, I'm going to live here. I'm going to die here. You know, and he's a racist and just very gruff in his ways. And then a Hmong family moves in next door. And, you know, he's just like, foreigners moving in, this and that and the other. And then he winds up kind of befriending them a little bit. Something happens to one of them, and he seeks out revenge against the local gangs on them harming one of the family members next door, and he kind of takes on this whole protective role and everything. So very, very good movie, very powerful, very, very excellent role for, he's an older man, certainly in this movie, Clint Eastwood. So yeah, definitely check that out. Very, very, very good movie, very satisfying, ending, a very good character arc. We could probably have another topic in itself, and just a character arc, and his was definitely very moving and very powerful. So
yeah, that is. I haven't seen a lot of the classic Clint Eastwood movies, but that was one of the first ones that he directed and was in both. Yes. And I fucking love that movie, man. That's such a good movie. Because he's kind of, I don't want to say he's shitty. He's just ignorant to the situation. Yeah, he is. He's racist, and he's ignorant to the world around him and the outside of his comfort zone and stuff. And it's such, like you said, great character arc, and where he gets to by the end of it is it's just a really well done movie.
Yeah, and it's real in the sense of he is an older man, so he's not physically going to kick anybody's ass. He can't, right? So he has to use other tactics to win out. And I love the fact that he always had his Pabst in a cooler, and with the best lines of in a movie, "Get me a beer, dragon lady."
Yeah.
All right. I've never seen this, so I.
Oh, really? It's good. It won. What was it? 2007 or 8? It won Best Picture or whatever. It won a bunch of awards that year.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was good. Movie. It really was. And it was. Yeah. It's one you'll watch today and go a lot. You know what I mean? Like it's. But even at the time, I remember being like, like.
What he learned.
I'm not going to say him, but he uses. There's a lot of slurs, and there's a lot of. You're like, oh God,
World War is a Korean War vet.
But I was going to say, your dad's not racist, but your dad probably said some untoward things at some points in his life.
So my next pick.
So you've heard things.
Is going to be, my next pick. Because my name is Ingo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. The Princess Bride, the greatest revenge movie, because there's 2 revenge plots going on throughout the whole thing. You have Carrie Alyssa Wesley trying to get back the girl, and they thought they tried to kill him, so he's going to offer revenge. You also obviously have Inigo Montoya, who's revenging for his father. And then on top of it, how good the movie is in general. As a kid, you kind of hate Princess Bride. It does not make you want to watch. We showed Carter maybe last year, and again he begrudgingly sat there, but didn't realize by the end what it was, and enjoyed the hell out of it. So
I was the same way. Watched it within the last couple of years. Never saw it.
Yeah, really.
And then Allie and Marlo said we're going to have a movie night. We're going to watch this movie. I said okay. I liked it. Like all the things you said.
Because it's one of those cultural things that people talk about, but same deal. I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Every girlfriend I've ever had is like The Princess Bride. And I'm like, oh, this is some movie you liked as a child, as a little girl. That
right, no,
in the name and the. I'm like, I don't.
Sword fighting. There's Billy Crystal and.
And then every guy that I know is just like
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant's in it. So I'm like, well, I don't want to see this. Like but
again, I wouldn't put it on the top of your list. But yeah, if it comes about, definitely watch it, Nick. It's good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Robin would definitely watch it with you.
Does she like The Princess Bride? Is that? Well, she's a girl, and of course. I would say every girl. They're like Princess Bride. Like it's just like a thing.
Yeah, it's a solid movie.
Yeah. Okay.
You got Peter Falk in there. It's Fred Savage.
Yeah. It holds up fine. Well,
absolutely.
Absolutely. It holds up fine. Brian saying it's fine doesn't give me a lot, but it's
it's good.
Robin,
it's not better than
Robin Wright Penn, looking her goddamn best.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
definitely. Yeah. All right, so Princess Bride. When was it? 1987.
Okay. So for my final submission here, this movie, the lead actor in this movie, the lead actor is Vin Diesel. Okay. Now I'm not a big fan of Vin Diesel movies typically that don't.
Low.
I'm typically not a fan of Vin Diesel movies in which he's not, his primary line is "I am Groot." But this is not one of them. This one is a movie about revenge, and it's actually one that I liked a lot. It's called A Man Apart. I don't know if either of you guys have ever seen it.
No.
Probably 2003, 2, 4, somewhere around there. Early 2000s. There again, he is a retired, I think he's like I don't know, can't remember if he is like a SWAT guy or a FBI or whatever. He's high up and he's had been in maybe he was an undercover. He actually might have been an undercover agent, but he put a lot of people away. And as he's retired as an agent and he's retired from his career, he's with his family and he's got this nice beach house and whatever. And people that he put away escaped or got out and came back and sought revenge after him. So the rest of this film is him basically going after them. And I'm not going to say it's like, oh, it's because Vin Diesel's carrying this thing and he's so good, but it's an action movie and it is a revenge movie. And it's one that I really liked a lot. And it's not him, shooting cars into outer space. So Vin Diesel in A Man Apart actually gets a passing grade for me. And I actually really like that movie a lot. So I haven't watched it many years. So, I mean, honestly, it's a bit of a blind submission. I remember liking it a lot when I saw it. I'd probably have to go rewatch it and see if it's as good as I remember. But in any event, I put it on my list. So that's it for me. Honorable mentions, Brian. You got any that you want to throw out there?
Yeah, quick rapid fire. I didn't make anyone's main list. Taken with Liam Neeson. I mean, you need to see the skills.
That's a good one.
Yeah, trying to go after his daughter.
And an iconic one too. Yeah,
it really is.
I didn't because I assumed you two would have. That's honestly the only reason I didn't put it on there.
Yeah, Liam Neeson in his first kind of badass role. Very, very good movie. The first one, V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta. I don't know if you've seen this shit based on a graphic novel.
I mean, it's literally in the title. So
yeah, well, yeah, very good movie. I had Death Wish 2. Dean. Unforgiven, another Clint Eastwood movie, Western.
There you go. Yep.
And kind of, I like those ones too, where the old gunslinger comes out, and he opens up the thing or digs up the old gun, or just there's some scene where the guy has to go get the old gun out. He's like kind of put it away, trying to live a different life. When that box opens up, or what the fuck it is, you're like, there's going to be some ass kicking. There'll be some ass kicking with that box opening up. The Punisher. This is the one with Tom Jane in 2004. Kind of a John Travolta as a very decent and strange kind of villain, but Tom Jane, I thought, man, he did a very good portrayal of Frank Castle on The Punisher.
Great soundtrack too. Fuck.
Yeah, great soundtrack. Just some of the deaths were pretty gruesome. It got kind of way over the top right toward the end, but for a while there, it was like a very, very powerful movie. I also had The Crow, Nick, Cape Fear. Now, this has been a while ago, man. This is, Robert De Niro goes after the family and the revenge they seek on him.
Right.
And Allie mentioned this, and I'm like, you know what? This is just an entirely. She made me think because we think of revenge movies as like this violent, going after, killing people. But there's different types of revenge movies that got me thinking here. She said, what about the Shawshank Redemption? I'm like, that is a excellent revenge movie. No one got killed, but he certainly escaped from prison, got the warden arrested, and just had his own revenge. I guess. Go ahead.
The warden killed himself.
You're right, he did to avoid the scandal.
Yeah.
To avoid the scandal, you're right. But he got his revenge on everybody by escaping and just living a carefree life. I'm like, that's a whole other avenue of these revenge type movies I didn't even consider. So that's what I got.
All right. So real quick, I'm going to name the ones that you guys had, right? Unforgiven, Taken, Kill Bill, John Wick, Inglourious Bastards. Now I have a few that we didn't mention.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we didn't. You guys didn't mention Inglourious Bastards.
No,
Okay,
that's a good one.
So
good one.
there's the first one on my list from those. Carrie,
Carrie, that's a good one.
getting picked on, throwing the pig's blood on her. Seems like an overreaction to murder everybody just because pig's blood gets thrown on you. But
Yeah, I'm going to burn everyone alive.
right?
You're undercutting teenage girl hormones, though. I feel like you're. I mean,
yeah.
it seems like a lot, but also
like a
if you're a teenage girl, then maybe it's not.
Yeah, the greatest American hero got hurt. I mean,
Right.
it's tough.
Um,
Tough. Yeah.
and now, speaking of cowboy movies, True Grit.
Yeah, good one. Yes.
You have the John Wayne version.
Mm-hmm.
Also, let's see. And then finally, last one on my honorable mentions. This really should be on the main list. It's Rocky IV.
Yes.
Apollo Creed gets killed, and then he fights the whole thing, and then ends the Cold War in the process. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Rocky IV rounds out my honorable mentions.
Yep.
Very nice.
Excellent.
I've just got a few here. A couple. Spawn, obviously.
Sure.
Again, one of my favorite comic book characters. And Spawn's, character is I didn't put him on my list because the whole story of Spawn is not necessarily that of revenge, but it certainly starts out in that way, as the way Al Simmons is murdered. And then actually, just Brian, as you were talking, I thought when you were saying that Allie was, had mentioned Shawshank and there's different types of revenge, I thought to myself, Mean Girls is a
sure,
it has revenge in it. It is not a revenge story. It is in fact a lesson on getting caught up and maybe taking revenge against someone. But there is a revenge arc in that story of Mean Girls, and I love that movie. So, but that's it. Spawn and Mean Girls, one and the same, really.
Ghost?
That's good.
If you're talking about odd revenge stories, Ghost with Patrick Swayze.
Okay, yeah.
Because his best friend has him killed for a business situation, and then he has to get revenge on him and the guy who did it.
Yeah.
And one didn't make our list either. It's to get revenge on. If you happen to be a dorky dude, the best way to get revenge on a frat dude is to pretend to be him and have sex with your girlfriend in a weird, odd way. Revenge of the nerds.
Well, but we don't endorse any of these ways that people we've got revenge, whether it be rocket launchers or a form of rape. We don't endorse any of these deals.
Nope, definitely not. Definitely not.
Unless you're talking Princess Bride, we definitely endorse swords.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I'm sorry. We endorse sword fighting, but that's a different kind of thing.
That's it. That's what we got.
There you go.
What are your favorite revenge movies out there?
What are your favorite sword fighting things?
Yeah. That's right. Nick?
End this before I make really bad jokes.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to ask. Hold on. We keep forgetting your question.
We learn. All right, boys. You got one or a couple? Doesn't matter. I've got a couple things I learned. I did. All right, let me put my glasses back on because I learned that I'm fucking old. Oh, I did learn the Waffle House. They are going to charge more for eggs, but they're going to skimp on the cleaning supplies. And then finally, is there no better nickname?
On what you never had in the first place.
That's a valid point. Is there no better nickname than Pig Dick Nick? I don't think so.
No.
That's what
I don't know if that was talked about on the show necessarily, but it has been now.
That's good.
So what I learned this week is I need to have at least 4-hour movie session with Brian in which I watch the Kill Bill movies. That is something I learned.
Absolutely.
I also learned that I need to take action and I need to go ahead and give my friends at RPM Bike Shop a call today at 330-808-7792. And the reason that I learned that is because I'm like, what am I waiting for? They're so close. They're located in Carrollton, Ohio. That is a hop, skip, and a jump away if you're in Northeast Ohio, basically. And if you go onto their Facebook page, you can search RPM Bike Shop or go to their website, rpmbikeshop.com, and see their electric bikes that they have to offer for you. So maybe learn something yourself today and envision what your future could look like with you on an electric bike from RPM Bike Shop.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I learned, by the way, we all view cake the same way. Thank you.
Ah, yes.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
Very good.
Unanimous. Yep.
All
That may
right,
have been
boys.
our first completely unanimous discussion with no pushback. Like literally, like everybody's like, "Yeah,
No,
that is the
we've
answer.
all in the past agreed that I'm not funny. That was unanimous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Other than that, yes, first
But
time.
by you trying, it was a form of resistance. I feel like to the idea.
I got no other way than to resist the idea that
Try because you're giving off an impression that you want to be, and it's not happening. And we shut it down. So let's just
Well,
move
I
on.
I want to be funny and entertaining. It's just it doesn't really work out that way.
Yeah. I want to have a human dick, but instead I have a pig dick. I'm Pig Dick Man.
Learn that as well.
I love learning.
All right, guys. Well, why don't we move our way out of here?
Yes, that's right.
Your dick.
So, if you've not already done so, if you, obviously you're enjoying yourself, as are we. Be sure to enjoy yourself some more on all your favorite social media accounts. You can find the links to ours to link up with us on our link tree. So go to Google and type in Convincing Idiots, LINKTREE, Linktree, and follow us, like us, subscribe to us, and tell all your friends to do the same things. You can find that and so much more on our website, which is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So for episode 227 of Convincing Idiots, I am Millennial Nick.
I am Floor Cookie Dean.
Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you to seek revenge on other popular podcasts and subscribe and like and listen to this podcast each and every week? Hi, this is Millennial Nick along with Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean. Hey, if you liked that video, which we really hope you did, you should like and subscribe. That would be great.
Ham grape.
Been
Fine
buying beer
water.
like an insane person lately. Labatt Blue brought back their rewards program, and basically it's $1 a beer. And this time you can, even if you go out and buy a Labatt, like at a restaurant, you can upload that receipt. But for this week, it's like double the points. So I'm buying cases of Labatt to like,
Nice.
they have LED bar signs. They have a Labatt Blue hockey bag. They have a fucking Labatt Blue mini fridge. That's like 900 points. But yeah, I'm fucking going hard. I bought like 4 cases of beer this week.
Jesus. So what do you want? What are you trying to get?
I'm drinking this because I don't have I don't have a job. So whoever left this beer,
I'll bring you a case of Labatt. I'm keeping them in the cold room at this point, just to stockpiling them to keep them cold because I don't have enough room. But they've got. They have a Labatt Blue hockey bag, and my hockey bag's in pretty decent shape, but it'd be cool to have a Labatt one. It's probably got another year left in it before the straps come off or something. Or I figure I'll aim for that. What else do they have? Yeah, the LED bar sign. That's up there. I might be able to get that. I'd have to forego both of those options if I wanted the mini fridge. It's the Labatt Blue mini fridge. It's got the blue glass front.
How many points do you get per like whatever?
So it's basically a point of beer. So when you buy 24 packs, 24 points to your count. Now this week, up until the 9th, it's double points. So every case I've bought this week is 48 points. So, and the fucking mini fridge is like 900. The hockey bags, like, I think 275. I mean, it's pretty, like, it's doable. I mean, you know, you're talking, you buy yourself 6 to 8 cases of beer, you got a hockey bag, or they have like a Nike dry fit hoodie with a Labatt Blue logo, like all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And they got, you can get a koozie or whatever.
The fucking 37 and a half cases would get you the fridge.
37 and a half cases.
That's what I just said. 900 divided by 4.
How many? If you cut that in half, and bought them all this week, you know, that's only 16, like 8. That's like 20 cases. It's like 18 cases.
Right.
You buy 18 cases this week, and you can have that fucking mini fridge.
Okay, so how
honestly,
much? How much does
I know that sounds silly, but
how much does the case cost?
Like $20, $21, $22.
Okay. $21.
Let's say with tax, 23.
Okay, so $23 times. You said 18. If you spent $414 this week, that would be how much mini fridge cost.
Yeah,
that's doable.
Buy the fridge for cheaper than that, I'm sure.
Not with a Labatt Blue branded one with the fucking light up front and the blue glowing fucking. Probably not. Probably not.
Look on eBay for some shit first before you make this decision. You might get it out cheaper.
But you're acting like I'm just paying out. I'm also getting all that beer to have.
You're also getting
a lot of fucking beer.
If you keep that in cold storage, that's going to last for...
If you look at it like you're paying that for the fridge, okay, then that's a lot of fucking free beer.
Then you get all free beer.
Free.
Yeah, true. That's
for like probably 2 years.
Correct. I got a free fridge. Check it out. Free. Free. How'd you get it?
Also, Oliver's room is now the because we're keeping our Labatt Blue in there.
Right. Oh, he's fine on the couch. Don't worry. He likes it there.
Who turned his heat up to 56? We got it. It's not gonna get. It's not gonna mess up the beer fridge fund here.
Why can't I have dreams? Why? Why?